There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonkō Table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonkō Table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, folks, welcome to the latest and greatest from the Yonkō Table. Yes, that's us, the Yonkō Table. I am your host, that is the voice of GrandMasterHoop. And yeah, we're back for more goodness, Marvel's got more for us this week in the new series Moon Knight. But before we get deep diving into Moon Knight, with me as always is fellow Yonkō, DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, we are here about to deep dive Moon Knight, Marvel's 6th Disney Plus series. How you feel going in? What were you? Where was your head at?
Honestly, for Moon Knight, before coming in, this was a Marvel show that I think I was the most excited for. And I premised that based on what I used to think of Iron Fist. Before Iron Fist ever aired, when they announced Iron Fist back in the original Netflix series, I was like, oh man, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Iron Fist. I don't know that much about the character. I know he's like a kung fu guy and that's about it, but I can't wait. I'm so excited. Then Iron Fist happened and all that got flushed down the toilet. We all know the Iron Fist scandal. Well, not scandal, but you guys know.
Just the disappointment, right?
The disappointment. So with Moon Knight, it again kind of came in like that. I didn't know too much about the character Moon Knight. I didn't know that much about his superpowers. I remember seeing him a couple times in some Marvel games. I know I think he was in Spider-Man Web of Shadows. That
was my Moon Knight introduction. Yeah.
That was my Moon Knight introduction. And I was like, oh wow, that guy looks cool. I like him. But I never dug any deeper. I never knew what his powers were, how he got his powers, where is he from, who are his villains. I have no idea about the character. So when they announced that Marvel was doing a show on him, I'm like, oh wow, I'm actually excited. Almost like I was for Iron Fist. Oh, I don't know. So that was where I was at coming in. And I mean, I'll say it. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this episode. I mean, I'll let you take it away from there, but yeah, my expectations were met.
Yeah, I would, it's funny that you mentioned Iron Fist. I think out of when Marvel announced, their slate for Disney Plus series, Moon Knight everybody was like, oh, Moon Knight probably would fit better on Netflix because it's kind of darker in tone, and
it is. I didn't know that.
Right. And the character and concept would be darker because he deals with, mythical gods and goddess that, I don't know, deal with demons and stuff and whatnot. So with that said, a lot of people drew the comparison that this might be Marvel, Disney Plus tackling more darker territory, which they haven't really before in their Disney Plus series. So Moon Knight had that going for it. Moon Knight also had, I guess oftentimes they compared him to like Batman. So a lot of people were expecting like this dude, and not the detective aspect. I don't think. I think more of the beating criminals to a pulp.
We got a little bit of that.
We got a little bit of that. A demon, but we got a little bit. But yeah, I can say I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like yourself, I really didn't know much to anything about Moon Knight, and I really liked what we saw here. And I really like the stylistic choice of how they, the narrative, how it flowed.
Yes.
I think that was the kicker for me.
For sure.
Let's get into this. Who we got? We got Stephen Grant, Oscar Isaacs. The everywhere man. He's everywhere. This is his third Marvel project.
It is.
Right.
What were his first two?
Well, one of them hasn't even come. Well, he had a cameo, so he did X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He was Apocalypse. Funny how he's playing another Egyptian esque character.
Ooh, we've come full circle. Okay.
He's not Egyptian, but that's okay.
Right.
He did Spider-Man 2099 at the end of Into the Spider-Verse, and he's coming back to do Spider-Man 2099.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah,
he's jumped across almost every Marvel medium in entertainment. So he was like you just said in Fox's universe, he was in Sony's universe, and now he's back in MCU.
He's home. He's home.
Ooh,
right.
Man, what would you call that? What would you call it? Because
that's a three-peat. That's a triple threat. That's a triple threat.
Isn't there like a term for like when people end up like on Marvel and then Disney and then Pixar?
Oh, no. I think the Triple Crown is Marvel. I don't think Pixar's in it. I think it's Marvel, Disney and
animated.
Star Wars and Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay,
yeah.
Okay,
so, for example, Ming-Na Wen has, Mulan, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Fennec. So she's got a Triple Crown. But Oscar Isaac, Marvel, Star Wars.
One of a kind. I don't think anyone else has that, right?
Marvel.
All three?
Marvel, Star Wars. He hasn't been in a Disney production, but
you mean the Disney one?
Yeah, right. That's the only one he's missing.
Okay.
But either way, right off rip, Stephen Grant. Oh, hold the phone before we deep dive and talk about Stephen Grant. Supernova alert! It's Supernova Darce. Darce, we have not said much yet. We talked about, a little bit of expectations of what Moon Knight was offering as far as it's supposed to be darker in tone. What else? Darker in tone. I don't know, darker in tone. And we're talking about Oscar Isaacs and how he's doing big things in Star Wars, Marvel. And that's where we are. Real quick.
Life away for sure.
Right. Real quick, give us your initial expectations for Moon Knight. And
all right.
Are you satisfied?
Ooh, all right. I will never be satisfied. Initial expectations, I thought that they were definitely going to dive into the ancient mythology, give us a little bit more clarity on who the characters are, and kind of give us like an idea of what is to come for the rest of, this is going to be like the jumping point for the rest of the season. Reality, I have no idea what's going to happen for the rest. I kind of saw this episode and I am so confused as to what's going on. Did it meet expectations? It gave us a tease as to what's to come. So I'm here. I'm ready for the long haul, and let's see what happens.
Well, speaking of, you being confused, I think that's what makes this episode really intriguing, is that you're with Steven. Going back and forth.
What's going on?
Right. Steven, goodness, credit to Oscar Isaac. The back and forth.
He sold it. Yes. It. I loved Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
He did a great job.
We didn't get much of Mark, but I like Steven.
Mark? Why did you call me Mark?
Or why he's like, what who's Scotty? It's Steven with a V.
What with that accent?
I like that. And then just he's just this quirky dude. Obviously he's this bumbling guy. They're like, oh, Steven, I didn't know you could bag a date with that. And he was like, I didn't know either.
best steak in town.
Right. It's like, what's a vegan doing going to a steakhouse?
I don't know, getting the breads, the salads. I don't know.
Right.
That's right. He's vegan, and he ended up getting that steak at the end. Because
he's so just fuck it. Because he has no idea what's going on. He's like, okay.
He skipped 2 whole days.
Right. And see, I think the show did a really good job at laying out the mystery that this dude who has dissociative identity disorder, they're really laying it out as far as he's already got stuff going on. He's shackling himself to the bed.
Yep.
He's putting tape on the door as
Sandra on the bed.
Right, and it's supposed to represent, did I leave? You know,
Right.
So he's already paranoid, but you don't even know why he's paranoid. We don't know, like it. I think it was really good narrative storytelling that you just don't know what he's dealing with, and I don't know. I like that. I don't know. I really like watching Steven, and then I don't know. Did Steven sell you? I like that we're calling him Steven because we're gonna talk about Mark and then
Mark later. Yeah.
right. Were you sold by Steven?
Was I sold by him, by his performance? I think he did a great performance. The character himself, you know, like I get it. Like he's like that nerdy museum guy that's just there, and he's trying to, you know, get his job in, get his hours, try to live a quote unquote normal life, which is, I feel like this the superhero trope of like, why do I have these powers? I just want to be normal. But like here he is with this this past, you know, like I guess he doesn't really know what to do, what all of his sleepwalking entails, because I think this is definitely like a piece of what people who have severe sleepwalking do. They usually tie themselves to a bed or like trying to keep them chained up so they don't go too far or too out. But maybe that's all he thinks it is. Maybe he thinks he's just like sleepwalking and there's nothing much to come from it. What I'm intrigued in is what's going on with his mama, because he calls her and he only leaves voicemails. Like, I'm kind of curious as to like,
who's he calling?
Right? Like, is it really his mom? Is it like, what's going on? And who's this Layla person that that knows Mark? So many questions.
You mentioned the 9 to 5 bit. Like he's just a normal guy that wants to work his job. I don't know how intentional it was, but towards the end of the episode, he just encountered like these goons cornering him at his workplace in the museum. He saw one of them kill some old lady. When the guy lets him go, he just goes straight back to work. And I'm like, oh, I gotta clock in real quick. I'm like, why are you working? Leave.
That just means that his boss is scarier than these people.
But yeah, no, like it really played up the mystery. Like I'm asking a lot of the questions that you're asking too. You know, who is he calling? Who is the person that he thinks is his mom? Who's the other, you know, female on the other line of the phone when he finds that, you know, burner phone, I guess, in his attic?
Mm-hmm.
Who are these people? And then one thing I liked about, like, you know, the paranoia aspect, they kind of really play on him seeing this. I'm just gonna call it like a demon, I guess. I don't know what else to call it right now, but I like the camera work because you never really get, at least early on, you never really get a clear shot of it. You always see him like in the corner or in the background or in the reflection of mirrors. They did a lot of good mirror play in this episode.
I'll have to go back and watch. Was he, Khonshu is the name. They haven't revealed that yet. Was he like in the background of most of the shots when he's like,
yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know if the guy we're looking at was Khonshu, because I think the appearance changed every so often. Like they would show the guy with, I'm guessing you mean the guy with the beak.
Yes,
right?
the beak, right.
Okay.
Yep.
They would show him sometimes off in the corner. I think there were times where they would show like the Moon Knight, like the outfit. Like I think maybe it was was it Cashew? No, Khonshu. Khonshu. Maybe it was Khonshu that was in the background.
Cashew.
Cashew. I'm gonna call him Cashew. Let's go. But yeah, I mean, I really like this episode. I saw IGN's review like earlier in the day. They were like 6, 7 out of 10. I'm like, oh wow, it must have been a pretty mid episode. I loved it. I like the mystery. I like the setup. I like that I'm asking questions. And again, kind of like what I said earlier, I was hyped going into Iron Fist, not knowing anything about Iron Fist back, you know, in the Netflix Marvel days. And then Iron Fist happened, and yeah, we already know what happened with Iron Fist.
So I'm gonna actually be on the opposite side of the scale. I didn't know. I don't think that it was the best Marvel premiere, like season premiere. I think I was left with too many questions. I have literally no idea. Like, if someone were to ask me like what Moon Knight is about, I'd be like, a guy is sleepwalking. That's about it. So this, I mean, like it did leave like a lot of questions. I'm definitely interested in coming back, but I really have like nothing to work off. Like, I don't know any of his like other personalities other than Mark. I don't know much about the God character that keeps on coming out. It is interesting though that when he talks like in his head, it's not just like two people in his head like Venom. It's like there's like a bunch of people up in there. Like he's like, oh no, he's awake. Well, we never expect
the idiot's in charge.
Yeah.
Right. But see, I counter that with, I love when people point out flaws, not flaws, but what they found to be a flaw. I think that just emphasizes the whole point. We are right there with Steven being like, what the hell is going on?
It's unconventional.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we're so confused. We're right there with him. And I feel it works so well. Like, and just when we're about to get something like, okay, so let's fast forward to when he's in the Alps, you know, and
that like literally where
say what? Yeah, his jaw's broken and he's snapping his jaw back.
Oh my God.
Right. And then he's like being chased by these dudes. And then he gets into town. And then Ethan Hawke comes in and he says, oh, is he in town? We think so. And he says that one thing and everybody bows except for Steven, like an idiot. And then, you know, we see him about to get probably shot at. And then he zones out.
I kind of love that zone out.
I love the zone out.
Yes.
I love the zone out.
But a part of me is like, I want to see what happened in the zone out. Like,
we're gonna see it.
I think we'll see it. Yes. Right.
All right, fine.
But I'm happy that I think we'll see it because his fists are so bloody.
Oh no, he goes in on these guys.
And then you see like the woman and child in the background, like, oh, like freaked.
Yep. Right when he was after, when he was in the village, I remember that scene. I mean, I liked it because right when he zones out, he gets put into another zany scenario, and you're with him trying to piece together what happened. Like, I think even in the car chase scene, you know, he had two guns pointed at him, some guy that he shoved a cupcake into his face, into his eyeball, and then zone out. Now he's going in reverse with the cars are veering off the cliff. That was hilarious. I loved it.
And how dare they play Wham! Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
Oh, the memories.
Oh well, Dr. Jace. Oh my, that's a Yonkō Table exclusive. Y'all gotta follow us on Facebook. Maybe we'll post that old video.
You'll get that someday.
Right, but you know, I think there's a little bit of layers using that song. Wake me up before you go.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
It's like, hello, Steven's asleep. But yeah, he wakes up, right, and bam, and then oh my gosh, again, I find it so cool, for lack of a better term, when we're in the middle of this action sequence, and then he zones out, and now he's back in bed.
Right. Some of the jumps were like, like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
And other ones like a day.
Yeah, this is crazy. And then like he wakes up and he's like, oh, thank goodness it was just a dream. And we're over here like, was it just a dream? Like what? And then on the phone, like, it's what? It's Sunday. Like, like, hey, Sunday.
And I felt bad for him. I felt bad. He missed his date. Yeah.
I did.
And she's like, it still doesn't change the fact that it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Lose this number.
Lose this number. Wow.
Poor fella.
Poor Steven.
Then you have Nemo inside of his fish tank that grew a fin, was eaten, and then he had to get replaced.
Did he not have a fin before? I think I missed that.
He did not have a fin. He had a little stub, like Nemo.
Okay. Because again, I don't know much about Moon Knight. I know he's in the Mystics, but I don't know if he has any like mystical abilities as far as what.
No, that's a totally different fish. Totally different.
Oh, it's a different fish.
Yeah, I think something happened, and Mark had to be like, "Oh shit, I gotta go replace this fish."
Okay.
I got everything because I think Mark knows that Steven's very paranoid, so he has to like put the sand back, put the tape back, like put everything back to how Steven remembers it, so he doesn't raise any suspicions.
Okay, well that's very kind of Mark. Again, we didn't get to see much of Mark.
Well, Mark is hiding the phone, like in the ceiling. Like Mark knows what he's doing. He's like, all right, Steven, I guess you found out. Like, just let me take over. Let me beat the shit out of this dog, and then we can, I'll explain.
Well, we have to keep in mind too, Mark is renowned because in that village scene, Ethan Hawke, I forget the character's name. He called him Arthur called him the mercenary,
Right.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
So, and then clearly
Mercenary stole the scarab like earlier in that scene. That's the thing. He's like, I'm left with so many questions. What's happening? Someone explain.
I like it.
Did he call him the mercenary or a mercenary? Like, was he just asking the question of, oh, are you a mercenary?
No. He said the mercenary. He recognized him as a
Okay.
mercenary. And that's when he's like, what? I don't know. I work in a gift shop.
It's interesting that like Mark doesn't have an accent, and yet Steven does.
Right. And I mean, even the scene that triggered that transition, what was it right before he got into the village? What was he doing? He was at like work, right? Or he was somewhere else.
He was asleep. No. He was doing his little sleep exercises on how to sleep better.
Right.
Like those sleep exercises aren't intentional to put him to sleep. It's to keep his mind awake.
Right. So it's like
opposite of those like stay calm apps that you see the advertisement for, where it's like, be calm, like go to bed, like relax your mind, and you'll be able to sleep a good, 5 or 6 hours. This one's the opposite. It's like, keep your mind active for the next 5 hours by doing puzzles, reading books.
And then he somehow ends up in the Alps.
And then
Wow.
he ends up in the Alps with a broken jaw and glass all around him.
And two the dudes shooting at him. I'm here for the mystery. I wanted to unravel, and we've had mysteries. I think they're all kind of based in some prominent mystery going on, but this one is like a mystery within a mystery because there was already a mystery, the mystery of what the hell is going on with Steven.
Right.
But yeah, then he sees Arthur on the bus and he's like, oh, he's real. He's real.
Yeah. What happened right before he like screamed on the bus?
What happened right before?
Oh, we don't know. Because I think it went from, because he was somewhere else before the bus scene.
Oh, that's the elevator. He was leaving the elevator with.
Oh, talking to that woman.
Right.
And Khonshu was approaching him.
That woman knew who he was.
Oh yeah, no, she did. Clearly he didn't know her, but that seems to be the name of the game with this character. Everyone knows him, but he has no idea. I just want to talk to me mom. That's it.
He's gonna have to start taking notes and piecing it together, like Sandra Bullock in that one movie, Premonition, where she's trying to put things in order of how things go.
Right,
who knows who.
right.
Good reference.
Right.
10 points.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, then it climaxed with they summon that jackal, and also this dude has like cultists everywhere, so his power is.
I'm saying he's got people everywhere.
And he's got this like little gimmick of like judging your
the scale.
soul, I guess the scale.
The scales of judgment.
Right. I mean, I guess that's interesting. I wonder what his gimmick is. Like, is that his like main power, or because like in the previous Marvel shows, like we didn't get too many like main villains to like center in on. And I think this is the first Marvel show actually that's not tied to any like pre-existing character in the canon. So we got WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, and Hawkeye. I'm not gonna count What If.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
It's the first one. So again,
that expecting to see like in the newspaper something about like either the Eternals or something that kind of alluded to one of the other Marvel entities. But yeah, we got nothing from it.
Well, I read that the showrunners, it's in the universe, no doubt. But one thing that drew Oscar to the role was how separate and far away it was from the rest of the ongoings of the MCU. So I imagine.
Oh, I did read that. Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if it's into some other like Dark Knight or Marvel Knight characters. Like maybe it's gonna go in its own separate direction, like with Blade and Black Knight, and kind of go with that.
I mean,
sort of.
It definitely could. And as far as the mystical, darker,
supernatural
magic. Yeah, supernatural.
Okay.
I think this kind of isn't necessarily like the mystic arts of magic. This is a different type of magic because this is like ancient magic, just like how the ebony blade is like ancient magic. And who knows, maybe even vampires are creatures of magic. Like, I mean, what's his face? Ethan Hawke, Arthur, he even alluded to the fact that he has chaos inside of him. And we know chaos is a term of magic. So this is in the mysticism, but I don't think it's the same magic that is like Doctor Strange magic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, magic is magic, man. You mean
you
to
would
tell
put
me,
it in the same boat?
You
as
mean
Doctor
to tell
Strange?
me in that library that they don't have a book on Egyptian gods and their powers?
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like, I feel like there's different classes of magic, right? So there's like ancient type of magic, there's mystic magic, and then like if you look at the end credits of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, one of the aliens does some mystic arts, So I think it's like there's different types of magic that could be used, and Moon Knight is just tapping into a different type of magic.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that's not. I'm just saying all magic is tied together if they're going to introduce. This is just a different realm of the magic.
Right.
I
don't think Doctor Strange and Wanda have the same magic.
I don't think it's the same magic, but I'm saying in a magical tree, there are different branches of magic, and this is a branch.
It's an umbrella. It's an umbrella.
Yeah, it's an umbrella term, right? And this all falls under. Oh, look, he's a magic man. It can't be Doctor Strange magic. It's magic, man. Because in this world, these gods aren't actually gods. They're just entities from another dimension giving power to people.
Yeah,
actually, wait, aren't some of them gods sometimes?
Yes.
But like actual gods. Like not like, Thor. Like Thor's not an actual god, but in Marvel and DC, aren't there like actual gods that are like canon to being a god in their mythology?
Technically, yes, because I remember reading about the ancient Egyptian gods in a Marvel kind of comic. So they reference Egyptian gods a lot. They also reference a lot of the Norse gods as like creatures that came down to Earth during a certain time frame. But they're like these gods, these ancient Egyptian gods live in a different realm outside of the Earth's dimension. So like they come in, they have their power, they use their mysticism and stuff. But Arthur actually has powers, which is kind of interesting to see.
But
like
from a meat.
Right.
Right.
Oh, okay. Right.
And
if you think of a lawyer where you have the Lady Justice where she's blindfolded with a scale, that's basically what she is. She goes and she judges people based off of their present, past, and future decisions, which is how he justifies some people dying because that old lady, she was like, I was good my whole life. And then he's like, too bad, bitch. And then
she had to go. She
did something messed up in the future.
He like drained her life force.
Yes, that is definitely what happened.
She turned gray. Yeah, she turned gray after that.
Isn't that? No, I guess not. I was gonna say Baron Mordo is kind of doing something similar to that, but he's draining mystical powers out of people, not necessarily life force out of people.
No, but he's definitely killing them in the process. But yes, he's taking whatever magic from Kamartaj.
Are you sold on the Ethan Hawke villain character? I mean, I'm assuming it's Ethan Hawke, so he's probably the main villain.
I mean, I love Ethan Hawke as an actor, so Doesn't
But,
take
like,
much to sell
so-
me.
Okay.
But I would like to see the inner mechanisms of this cult and what they're trying to achieve and whatnot.
I
He
mean-
put glass in his shoes.
He
in
did.
His sandals.
He
He
did.
walked on them.
He sure did.
Cringe AF. But I think this kind of all might have started during the blip.
Very much. People
Oh,
needed
the
someone
cult,
to
this
look.
whole clip. Yeah.
Oh, they need someone to look up to. They need someone to, like, half the world's population just disappeared, and then here comes this guy that has a magic tattoo that's moving, and he's there like judging people based off of, you know, good or bad. I'm sure he's trying to, you know, even what's what I'm looking for, reconcile people being good and like, oh well, the people who blipped might have been the ones that are bad. I mean, religiously, this was something that's like in the Bible. They talk about the
rapture.
right. So in the rapture, like, who knows how many people were like, holy crap, half the population was raptured, and I've been, you know, true to my religion my whole life. Why wasn't I raptured? And you don't know what those sort of impacts can have on people who have their faith. So they, to me, they kind of were worshiping him in a way like Jesus was. He was walking down the street and they were just touching him, trying to get a little bit of his blessing, you know? Right. So again, I see the parallelism religiously on this side of it. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what these cult people are going to do, you know, like how he spins it. If he's like, you know, if you guys pray to me hard enough, or if you pray to, what is her name? Anita?
Amit.
You pray to Amit hard enough, like maybe she'll bring your loved ones back from the underworld or whatever. And then boom, the blip happens again. And then now you have an even stronger cult following. Like, this has so many different implications and so many different ways that it can go. I'm kind of excited to see that part of it. But I'm just left with so many questions. What's happening?
Questions are good things. If you want questions answered, that's a good thing.
You know
People
what?
are impressionable in times of despair. So yes, those people he probably came to those people and offered them hope. And bam, you got a cult.
You know what? And I guess it is smart of Marvel Studios to do this, because WandaVision by far is my favorite series that came out from the TV shows of Marvel. And every episode left me with, what's going on? What's happening with Wanda? Like, let's theorize. Let's go. Oh, she's going to the hell dimension. Like, you know, like that's what really drew me to it, because I was left with what the heck is happening. And I guess that's what's going on with Moon Knight. I'm here theorizing on, oh, cool, maybe Moon Knight's gonna go and work with Blade one day. Like, oh, like, you know, like,
You never know. He might.
He could, but I think he's gonna. Well, here he is, established himself in the final minutes of the episode. Mark takes over. And he's like, I won't let us die.
I like that ending.
I like that ending a lot. Yes, and it beats the crap out of the Jackal. And I'm sure the next episode is going to start with him beating the crap out of the rest of the cult left in that museum. So I'm definitely excited. I like a good mystery, and I like a good. This reminds, and again, I called it Memento earlier, of stylized, of non-linear narrative, piece it together. That's a really fun narrative to watch. So I'm pretty sold on this first episode.
Where's the location of this, by the way?
They're in London, and
They're in
London.
Yeah, that was in. He said, "I want to go back to London."
Okay.
And then, you know, that one scene was in the Alps. We might have a globe-trotting show upon us.
I feel like it would be. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't know where they're gonna go or why they would go there, but who cares?
I mean, you know, like, Avengers may need people in other parts of the planet, I guess.
This dude ain't worried about the Avengers.
No, you're right. But in case Wong ever comes by and he's like, you're an Avenger now. Like, you never know what's going to happen.
I don't see this dude being an Avenger, but who knows what the future holds. But IGN's wrong for giving it a 7. I'm definitely walking away like an 8.5.
I think I'm
solid.
Keep an eye out for stuff in the background.
Right. No, I feel like you have to. Yeah, I don't know what IGN was on. This episode was great. Yeah, great mystery. I'm like, yeah, around the same, scoring, like 8.5, 9. Again, this is a brand new character, not previously established in the MCU, and they got to hit the ground running, because people's attention spans, they got to get sold in the first episode, especially with, trying to learn about a character, what his deal is, or what's going on with him or her. I feel like they did a fantastic job. And it's the first Marvel show of 2022.
Yeah.
And yeah, my expectations are high. Hopefully the, subsequent series after this, like Miss Marvel and She-Hulk, can carry the weight. Actually, I just noticed that, a lot of the shows now this year, they're making the transition to like new characters. Like these are about new characters.
Right.
Technically, you could say Hawkeye was like, Kate Bishop, but it was a Hawkeye show. It was called Hawkeye.
Right.
Hawkeye.
Now it's Hawkeye.
When does Miss Marvel start, or She-Hulk, whichever one comes
Miss
first?
Marvel is in the summer.
In the summer, so She-Hulk is after that. Right?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
So when does this one end? Because I'm assuming it's going to end, and then we have 2 weeks, and then Multiverse of Madness pops out.
Listen, Disney Plus is very strategic. When this show ends, it should be around the time Obi-Wan show is gonna take.
Okay.
Oh
True.
yeah, they never wanted to compete with each
Yeah, they
other.
don't.
That's
They don't
right.
compete their main properties, right?
That's smart.
Very smart.
Yeah.
But yes, the movies play into that as well. I believe Multiverse of Madness will drop before Miss Marvel.
Right?
Huh?
May 6th is when it comes out?
Oh, I have no idea, but I know
Multiverse. Yeah, I think Multiverse is around early May. Obi-Wan's late May. So
yeah, Obi-Wan is late May, right? So yeah, they're very good at this. I give them
they're-
that props.
Give that
Fair.
subscription work for its money. It works. I love
Mhm.
it.
It's a great plan. I think we covered just about everything we're talking about of this first episode.
The only thing I want to see in these next couple of episodes is my friend Brendan Fraser here. Like I need to see some of him and Eve.
Wait,
because
is he in it?
no,
Yeah. In it. The Rock is gonna make his appearance.
that's
as a-
racist.
What?
Egyptian movie, Egyptian hero.
Oh.
Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
Right.
I get it now.
Granted, in my tweet earlier, I said it's giving Prince of Egypt.
You did say it's giving Prince of Egypt.
I did. I'm just as bad. Yeah, no, I'm just here. I hear he's gonna have a bunch of other personalities coming to play. I'm here for that. I would love
That's
to
cool.
see.
Oh, I mean, I guess it kind of plays into this business suit and tie.
Yes.
Moon Knight.
When I saw that promo image, I'm like, what is this? This is cool.
Yes, and please like do something with this. Don't be like President Loki and show up for like 10 seconds and then leave. Because President Loki was right. President Loki was being hyped. You saw him promotional material, and then boom, gone. 10 seconds. All right, goodbye. This guy, he looks interesting. I want to know more about him.
I
Give me more
think
of it.
too.
9 different personality traits.
9. Oh my God.
Give me all.
Give me all of them.
Let's
Each
see.
time to shine.
Let's see it happen.
I think we're in for a ride. We got 5 more episodes.
Oh, that's
Oh wow, only 6 in total.
Only 6. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh.
okay.
I think
Hopefully
they've
it's
been
not like a
trending with the
rush deal.
6 because
Yeah.
WandaVision had 9, Falcon and Winter Soldier was 6, Hawkeye was 6, Loki was 6.
I think Loki was 6 too.
But Loki gets a season 2, so
yeah.
kudos to Loki. This could very much be, season 2 as well. Real quick.
Or a movie. Could
or
transition to a
yeah,
movie.
it could follow up with a movie, which I read that's what the showrunners want. They want him to eventually get a feature film.
interesting.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
Oscar Isaac can carry it. It's
Oscar Isaac can
Isaac.
carry, right? Definitely, he can carry. A lot you could do here, and the darker properties. Throw Daredevil in there. I don't know. Throw
Isn't
Blade in there. I don't know.
No, like they're trying to sign a deal that Daredevil is going to be rebooted in Disney Plus, right?
Rebooted.
Right.
I would call it more of a reimagining.
Right.
Right.
A
Same
soft
character.
reboot.
Yeah, a soft reboot. But
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, apparently, oh gosh, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. But listen, folks, right? We're good on Moon Knight, right? Yep, we're good. We're good.
We're good on Moon Knight. I'm sold. Can't wait for next week.
Can't wait. But yes, Moon Knight. People tune in to Moon Knight on Wednesdays on Disney Plus, and tune into the Yonkō Table for your daily dosage of geekdom and Marvel and Star Wars and all this jazz and whatnot. We got you covered. Again, you can follow us on all social media platforms, including Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you want to watch us, YouTube, of course, your Apple Podcasts and Spotify for your podcast listening stations. We got you covered. But hey, that's it for us here at the Yonkō Table. I'm GrandMasterHoop, DrJaceAttorney, and Darce signing out. Y'all take care.